Right now at 5, police investigate a deadly overnight accident. The coroner identifies the victim of the single-car crash.
Plus, more than 100 people have died from Hurricane Helene. The recovery efforts as some southern states continue to deal with catastrophic flooding.
And the Freeport Fire Department teaches the public. Today's live burn demonstration shows how quickly fire can spread.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight, one man is dead after an overnight crash in Rockford.
According to police, 32-year-old Jordan King crashed his car at the intersection of Spring Creek and Alpine. That happened just after 2 this morning. A report from the coroner says King was driving south on Alpine, crossed over the center median, and struck a tree on the other side of the road. First responders found him unresponsive. He died at the hospital. No other vehicles or people were involved in the accident.
Tonight, we now know the name of the man shot and killed Friday night in Rockford. 30-year-old Randy Johnson was shot at the Max Mart on Kilburn Avenue. He later died at the hospital. Another man was also shot there that night. There have been no updates on his injuries.
51-year-old Murphy Doss is charged with Johnson's death. Witnesses told police Doss was arguing with a group of people before shooting the two men and driving off. State police later found his car at the Belvedere Oasis and arrested him. Doss is charged with first-degree and attempted murder.
The death toll for Hurricane Helene continues to rise tonight. At least 120 people confirmed dead, and hundreds are still missing in North Carolina alone.
Rena Roy has more on the recovery efforts from the catastrophic storm.
Gushing water as a rain-soaked hillside gives way, picking up speed and picking up anything in its way.
My car's gone.
I'm okay. It's okay.
Everything's gone.
Helene bringing wind, heavy rain, and causing flash flooding, leaving a path of widespread destruction across the southeast. Asheville, North Carolina, hit particularly hard.
I don't know if anyone was prepared enough for this.
Interstate 40, a major artery, now partially shut down. You can see a section of the road now gone. Hundreds of other roads also closed, cutting off communities now in need of basic supplies. Water distribution sites are being set up.
We're sharing food and water is now becoming available.
Hundreds of people unaccounted for. Search and rescue teams out in force. The destruction stretching from Florida to Virginia, the storm making landfall in Florida's Big Bend area. The White House now stepping in to help. President Biden planning to visit the region this week.
It's not just a catastrophic storm, it's a historic history-making storm. I've directed my team to provide every available resource as fast as possible.
East of Asheville, ABC station WSOC's chopper showing the damage from above. A lake filled with debris, pieces of wood, mangled metal, and even decks torn from people's homes floating in the water. In Tennessee, the governor touring the damage. This bridge partially collapsed.
It's not like anything I've ever seen before. It's an absolute disaster.
Dozens across the state still unaccounted for, including Steve Cloyd. His Jeep found washed away in the floods.
He started to get concerned about the water level rising, and he did call me, and his exact words were, "This is not good, Cal. I'm calling to tell you I love you."
Experts say human-amplified climate change is causing extreme rainfall events like Helene to become more frequent and intense. In the southeast, extreme precipitation events have increased by about 37% in recent decades. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Rockford gas prices are up 8 cents over the last week. That's according to the latest report from Gas Buddy. The current price at the pump is $3.31 a gallon. The national price is also up about a cent to $3.17. Experts still expect the national price to fall below $3 a gallon and added that the aftermath of Hurricane Helene should not impact costs. You can find a full list of stations in our area with their prices on our website, mystateline.com.
Beloit drivers have a new construction project to navigate. Cranston Road is being resurfaced from Prairie Avenue to the Turtle Creek Bridge. The road will be reduced to 2 lanes and all business and homes will remain accessible. However, turning on and off the road could be limited to right turns only. The construction is expected to last until late October. Today is a dateline for Stateville Correctional Facility near Joliet to have all prisoners moved to other facilities in compliance with the court order. The Chicago Tribune reports all general population inmates have been relocated. As of Friday, 24 people were still incarcerated in the health wing of the prison. A judge ordered the nearly 100-year-old facility to be closed due to hazardous conditions, including mold, rodents, and unsanitary drinking water. Plans, though, are in the works to tear down and rebuild the prison.
The Freeport Fire Department helps teach how fires spread and techniques to prevent them. Today, they joined fire safety experts from First On Site and Fire Tech for the demonstration. The event gave investigators, insurance professionals, and members of the public firsthand training about how quickly flames can spread, both in homes and vehicles. Experts say education and knowing how to limit risks is the best way to prevent incidents, as well as importance of being proactive.
We are planning on the front end for when these events happen, because they always happen, and they usually happen at an inopportune time. But to be prepared for that is a big thing for us.
Keyes says everyone should know how to limit fire risks. He recommends having an emergency plan for any homes or businesses.
Today is your last chance to nominate organizations and leaders for the work they do in the community. Nominations will soon close for the Excalibur and Excelsior Awards. People and groups from Boone, Ogle, Stevenson, and Winnebago counties are eligible. The winners will be announced at a ceremony on December 12th. That ceremony is celebrating its second year back after a brief hiatus. You can find a link to submit a nomination in this story on our website, mystateline.com.
Still to come, tensions continue to rise in the Middle East.
The dozens of airstrikes after Israel kills the leader of Hezbollah.
And coming up at 6, Rockford police make an arrest after a car theft. The teenager facing 8 separate charges.
Our temperatures made it into the low 80s this afternoon. That after warming, I should say what average highs should be right around 70. Those numbers will drop tomorrow. The reason behind that drop and the wind too. Coming up in the first warm forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Just days after assassinating the leader of the terrorist group Hezbollah, Israel escalated its attacks early this morning.
This time attacking another Iranian-backed terror group in Yemen. Rachel Bade has the latest.
The bombs landed in the middle of the night. Israel launching dozens of airstrikes into Lebanon and Yemen for what Israel calls retaliation against Iran-backed militants and Hezbollah for attacks aimed at Israel. And this morning, Israel's prime minister with an unprecedented warning to Iran for all the terror groups it supports.
Every day, their puppets are eliminated. Ask Mohammed Def. Ask Nasrallah. There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach.
Last week, Israel assassinated Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah's leader for 30 years, in a huge targeted strike in Beirut. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken this morning.
Hassan Nasrallah was a brutal terrorist whose many victims included Americans, Israelis, civilians in Lebanon, civilians in Syria, and many others as well.
This morning in Lebanon, the IDF targeting apartment buildings they say were used by Hezbollah, the first such strike in central Beirut in 18 years. ABC's Marcus Moore at the scene.
Most of the strikes we've seen here in Beirut have been in the Hezbollah stronghold of Dahiya, but this one happening in the central part of the city, the upper floor of an apartment building destroyed, leaving debris strewn across this residential area.
And it's not over. Sources telling ABC News Israel is now preparing for a limited ground incursion into Lebanon, even amassing troops near their shared border. Before these latest hostilities, the U.S. proposed a 21-day ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, an 11th-hour plea for peace.
We should have a ceasefire now.
U.S. officials are working to ensure Iran, Hezbollah's top ally, doesn't retaliate on Israel for those attacks. But if they do, the Biden administration says they'll be ready. Rachel Bade, ABC News, Washington.
The vice presidential candidates tonight are getting ready for their first and only debate tomorrow in New York.
That's right. Governor Tim Walz and Senator J.D. Vance will take center stage tomorrow night. Both campaigns have recently focused on key swing states. Tomorrow will be their biggest time in the spotlight before voters go to the polls on Election Day. There will be no audience in the studio. Unlike the presidential debate, both candidates' microphones will be hot, but will be muted if necessary. Tomorrow's debate starts at 8. It is scheduled to run until 9:30. You can watch it right here on WTVO with coverage starting at 7. The debate will also be aired over on Fox 39. Well, here in the State Line, another hot fall day.
Candace King will let us know when those temperatures could drop. Her full forecast is next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it has been a warm end to the month of September. Temperatures today made it into the low 80s, 83 degrees, our official high. That after starting off at 55. We've got a pretty quiet evening ahead, starting to see some of that cloud cover clear out. And look at that, a plane landing out at the Poplar Grove Airport here this evening. Cloud cover will slowly increase, and this is actually ahead of a cold front that'll pass through late tonight, very early tomorrow. Now, this front, for the most part, comes through relatively dry, although we may see a small increase in some of the cloud cover as we go through the night tonight. Out ahead of that, temperatures, that's where the warm up is coming. So you've got some compression of air, getting those numbers back into the low 80s, but there is some cooler air back behind that front. So temperatures tomorrow will drop a good 10-15 degrees from where we sat today, but we are going to warm things right back up as we look towards the middle to end of the week. Now, along with some of the warmth, you may have noticed maybe it's a little humid out there, not overly, but dew point temperatures have gone up. Most of us sitting in the low 60s, but once that front passes, that drier air comes in, and that really limits how much in the way of any sort of precipitation we see as we've got a series of these cold fronts coming through. 81 our temperature in Rockford, Rochelle, 82 in Janesville, Freeport, Dixon, and 80 right now in Monroe. Our weather watcher Jim this last hour, 81. Dew point number sitting at 60 and no rainfall out there for today. So as we plan things out for tonight, here comes that cold front. This is about 1-2 o'clock tomorrow morning. With that, we see an increase in cloud cover. We might get a sprinkle or two with that, nothing too significant again, or anything that would really amount to much precipitation as we head through the morning tomorrow. If we do see a sprinkle, maybe just enough to kind of put a couple drops there on the sidewalk. Big thing for tomorrow, you're going to notice as the sun comes up, will be the wind. The wind is going to pick up from the northwest. During the first half of our Tuesday, that wind will be gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour. We are going to stay dry for tomorrow. The wind will ease up tomorrow night going into Wednesday as high pressure builds in, and this will allow our temperature to drop into the low 40s tomorrow night into Wednesday. Now notice the wind direction shifting back around to the southwest. So we've got a lot of changing here throughout the week and a lot of ups and downs. We're back into the low to mid 70s on Wednesday afternoon. We maintain that southerly wind going into Thursday. That'll bring us back into the upper 70s before another cold front comes in Thursday into Friday. So temperature for tonight down to 58. Out ahead of that front comes through. Winds will start to pick up as we head through the overnight. Notice the southerly wind direction shifting around to the northwest, increasing around 25 miles per hour around sunrise, and then working up towards 30 to 35 miles per hour for the first half of the day. As we gradually work through the afternoon, getting into the evening, the wind speed will come down, and then lighter winds expected for tomorrow night. Now, even though we've got a couple of cold fronts coming through, there's not a lot of moisture associated with that. So the likelihood of really getting any significant rainfall looks to be on the lower end. And in fact, that kind of lines up with what the Climate Prediction Center is showing here as we look through the first week and a half or so of the month of October. Higher probability for drier than normal conditions as a ridge of high pressure builds in. So we just don't get a lot of moisture coming in. So what does that mean for us? Well, with the cold front tonight, sprinkle or two, same thing Thursday into Friday. As we go through the weekend, we may see a little more cloud cover there on Sunday, but our temperatures will stay in the 70s as we head into next week.
Thank you very much, Candace.
Wisconsin next with sports.
The IceHogs are back and are amping up for a new season.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The IceHogs are back in our lives once again, ready to embark on a new hockey season. They were on the ice this morning at the BMO for one of their few practices leading up to their season opener a week from Saturday against Grand Rapids. And there are some familiar faces back with the team like Ethan Del Mastro, Colton Dock, Cole Gutman, and Ryder Rolston. And then there are a bunch of the very young guys who were high draft picks by the Blackhawks the last couple of years, like Paul Ludwinski, Gavin Hayes, Sam Savoie, and Landon Slaggert. Overseeing all of them again is head coach Anders Sorensen. And with all the high draft pick the Blackhawks had the last couple of years, the Hogs stand to benefit from that.
I think the pool of talent is bigger now than it's been years past, but there's still got to do the same work every day and make sure, it's got to translate to the ice. So, but I think the amount of players that we have to pick from looks a lot deeper this year, yeah.
So that brings us to our question of the day. How excited are you for the start of the hockey season? You can vote now on our website or just go to mystateline.com/vote or scan the QR code that you see there on the upper corner of your screen. Bears offense is not where it needs to be, but it's making improvement. We saw some yesterday in the win against the Rams. Caleb Williams led 4 touchdown drives. DJ Moore scored his first touchdown. Keenan Allen got back on the field. And DeAndre Swift got it going with 165 yards of total offense. Swift says he knows he's capable of doing big things.
Whatever I need to do to help this team succeed, that's what I'm here for. That's what I think about every single day. Every time I step on the field, lace my cleats up. God allowed me to do so, that's my mentality every single day.
It opens everybody else up. With him being dynamic as he is in the run and pass game, when you get out in the pass game and sneak out the backfield and he's like wide open by himself, he can go the distance.
Well, the Packers were a tale of two halves in their loss to the Vikings. They were horrible in that first half, much better in the second half, and almost rallied from a 28-0 deficit. Jordan Love looked more like Jordan Love in that second half, and he should only get better as he gets back in the groove with more reps. He knows, though, he wasn't good enough yesterday.
Yeah, I think just wasn't playing well enough. I think ball placement was a little all over the place today, kind of throughout the whole game, and I think it picked up later. But, I think early on just missed a couple of throws and was a little bit off and, made it hard on some of the receivers on some of those plays.
We'll get a look at another NFC North team tonight on Monday Night Football. The Lions will host the 3-0 Seahawks. We'll have that game here on WTVO at 7 o'clock. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Well, our temperatures tonight will drop back into the 50s. We'll drop around 58 degrees as we hang on to clearing skies through the night. Little cloud cover moves in with a cold front. That front will bring a shift in our wind direction and an increase in wind as we head throughout the morning tomorrow. So 58 tonight, 69 tomorrow. Winds tomorrow afternoon will be gusting from the northwest at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. That wind speed will gradually decrease, allows our temperatures to drop back into the low 40s. We'll maintain those 70s throughout the rest of the week.
Candace, thank you.
And thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 6.